Hi, let's talk about the Grand Cardinal Cross. Yet you cannot isolate it because it is combined with the lunar eclipse, the ingress of the sun going into Taurus, the solar eclipse at April 29th. So let's start with the lunar eclipse on April 15th. And anyone who has been following my work knows that you can predict. My view is you can predict with astrology, but it's not meant for prediction. It is a guideline. It's a way for us to be able to ascertain the direction, how to use these energies to create the life we want. And consciousness, that this is about astrology and connecting with what is going on, is about the consciousness and the awareness to evolve. So the lunar eclipse, what is this saying? What's the message from the universe? The North Node, of course, the lunar eclipse is a powerful full moon. It's at 25 degrees of Aries. And whenever you have an eclipse, it means that the moon and the sun are close to the nodes. This is very close, and that's why that the moon will be obscured for a long period of time. The North Node represents the pull, where to go, what to learn, where to develop. The North Node in Libra, what's Libra? It's relationships, it's relating, it's partnerships. What planet rules Libra? Venus. Where's Venus? She's over in Pisces, exalted, but she's caught between Neptune and Chiron. This grand cross that you might have been hearing about means that there's 4 planets that are in literally a cross position. They're opposite each other. Pluto and Jupiter are opposite, and they're square Mars, which is opposite Uranus, and in the full moon, Mercury is there. It's this quick thinking, change of thinking. Now, a lot of different people are predicting how difficult this energy will be, and I'm not saying that it won't be difficult or people won't have difficulties. However, and yes, and people are talking about wars and things blowing up, and any country that goes to war with Mars in Libra retrograde is definitely going to have some problems with that. Mars is not in a happy place in Libra. It's not in a functional place. It's the planet of war and the sign of finding balance and peace. All in divinity can be about that final outcome, but retrograde, that change of motion. But what does it mean for you? So here we have the North Node in Libra. You go to Venus in Pisces. Where can you develop more compassion and understanding? And the Grand Cross, yes, you maybe feel like you're being pulled into different directions. But Jupiter in Cancer, nurture yourself, care for yourself, eat healthy foods, understand your feelings and your emotional baggage and purge them. Pluto in Capricorn, purge the emotional baggage that you have so it can transform you, so you can transform. Pluto in Capricorn, it's the earth sign there, and the grounding. So earth is grounding. All of this is fire and water. Here's a little water's here and air's over here. So where's the grounding? Pluto and Capricorn. Being able to have a plan, being able to not resist that things take time. And this pull of Uranus and Aries, being authentically fierce about being true to yourself and living life that is authentic to you. Yet the story continues to unfold. So yes, this is the full moon eclipse. And then when the Grand Cross comes into closer alignment, not that it's not close enough for the full moon, the eclipse, but we're looking at a place and time where we're going to have all of these planets at the 13 degrees. And all of these planets meaning Jupiter, Mars, Pluto, and Uranus. And what happens here? What happens is when the grand cardinal eclipse is closer in alignment with the 13. So you see 13 Uranus, 13 Jupiter here, Pluto, and then Mars moving towards that. The time that it will probably be kicked off is when the moon in Capricorn begins to cross all of this. That will be late on the 20th, going into the 21st, and the sun has just entered Taurus. Now what's going on there? This is the time, April 20th, about 2 p.m., we have an exact Venus-Chiron conjunction. So there's a very deep healing, right? Because we still have that North Node in Libra. The North Node in Libra, go to the Venus, go to peace, go to balance, go to understanding of the other person's perception. What's the other person's perception? So if you're caught in this crossroads where you feel that you're being pulled in 4 different directions, how to get out of that? Look at the other person's perspective. If I wasn't me, how would I think about this? If I had a different outlook, if I had a different belief, how would I think about this? So, and Venus in Chiron is, where can I heal? You know, where can I heal these wounds? I go very deeply into these type of signatures and the workshops that I give. And then it continues to unfold for the solar eclipse in Taurus on the 29th. But as you see at that time, right, we have, and you may think that we're out of the woods because we're at the end of April. And yes, going into Taurus, it's more earth, it's more grounded, it's more steady, all of that nature, right? But we still have what's called this grand cardinal cross that is going on, that is happening. And then the fruition of a lot of this can come from when we go into the full moon. So when we go into the full moon of Scorpio, then that can be a time on the 14th, that can be a time where we understand and can look back all the way from the new moon in Aries to the lunar eclipse, from Aries to Libra, to the solar eclipse in Taurus, of understanding the grand cardinal cross and how we can find balance and peace and harmony within ourselves and still feel that we are honoring all these parts that appear, the appearance of being at crossroads with each other, conflicting with each other, opposite each other. What we want, our authentic self, where we need to nurture ourselves, where we need to have the fundamental practicalities, Pluto and Capricorn taking care of life, and where we are at odds with other people, what other people want, what other people need, and find balance in relationships.